No, 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 no. Let me. Oh, yeah. Bastard. Fine.
Ah, fuck my toe! Ah, it stopped my big toe!
That was rather unfortunate, that death there. I mean, when those things aren't fully still, don't go anywhere near them. They will kill you. Like you're nothing, like you are a bug. It landed on my toe, and it just murdered me instantly. I had full health. So, that was unfortunate. So yeah, everyone out there, don't go near those supply crates because they will murder you and probably your whole family. But as you can probably tell with the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Levolution once more. I asked you guys in the commentary a few days ago what you thought of Levolution. Was it really as game-changing and massive as EA and DICE were claiming it was in their sort of advertising campaign leading up until the release of this game? Or is it a bit of a gimmick? I was posed the question to you guys, and quite a lot of you answered the question when I went to go through the comments today. Of course, as a lot of people have been moaning about the last day or two, the comments are all fucked up on YouTube because YouTube decides to change things all the time. They're a bit retarded, actually, the way they're doing the comments now. I don't understand them. It's like saying, it's replying to this guy, but there's no, like, I don't see that guy's comment. Like, where the fuck is that guy's comment? I need to go look for that shit now. I don't know, it seems a bit broke. But regardless, let's get on to your comments. So, first comment up here comes from Halstay99. He says, I like the Levolution, but it's too weak. I mean, there are 5 to 10 guys shooting that boat in Parasail Storm and they don't help the team at all. And all that changes is the boat runs into one point of the map and almost everything in the map and the whole floor of the map stays the exact same. Now that does bring up a point that I'd like to mention. So he says there that 5 to 10 guys are away, you know, fucking about trying to shoot down that big windmill that takes the boat on Parasail Storm, or the ship rather is the technical term for that. And basically they're taking themselves out of the game because they're like, ooh, we go over here and we can smash this big boat into the sand and it's all cool and stuff. Now, you might squish one guy with that, but at the end of the day, it's for looks rather than how effective that really is. It doesn't really affect the game a whole lot, but it looks fucking awesome. But the fact that you need to take your time out of the game to go and fuck with that in order for that to actually do something, it's counterproductive at times. I mean, if half of your team, and it's probably not as many as that, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 people or whatever, just a squad of people that are messing around playing the game with some friends, and they decide like, ooh, we can go and do this, or when they're taking down the tower on Siege of Shanghai, or they're breaking the dam on Flood Zone, or whatever. So they're taking themselves out of the game for 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes, or whatever, how long it takes, in order to do this big dynamic event thing, just so it looks awesome, but effectively, they're a man down, and that team simply down to the fact that these people are messing around, going and doing that, rather than playing the objective, helping their team out, whatever. So, it's it's an interesting thing, doing all those big dynamic events and it doing some awesome shit, and it's amazing. But if you're taking yourself out of the game, then really, is it worth it? Oh yeah, and just so you know, I want you guys to give your opinions on these things that people were brought up in the previous video in the comment section. I like to get a little discussion going. Again, if you can possibly do such a thing with a new YouTube layout. But, moving on to the next comment here, comes from Anadin0612. It says, Levolution is the first step into the future of gaming. It's inventive, but not game-changing. Now, I actually agree with this. I say that the way that Levolution really is in the game, right? A lot of them don't affect the game a whole lot, but I do believe that it is the future of the way that multiplayer is going to work. In the next few years, a lot of games are going to implement dynamic maps into the way that they actually design things. If you've been a long-term subscriber of mine, you may have heard me saying this in the past, because this is something that I have been saying for a while. I think that dynamic maps are really the way things are going to go. I mean, you've seen it in the past few years, the amount of games that have dynamic map events during multiplayer games has increased dramatically, actually. The first time I actually seen it, and I'm not saying they were first to do it, it's probably ones before this, but the first time I actually personally seen it was in either Uncharted 2 or Killzone 2. They were both roughly around the same time-ish. I don't know which one exactly done it first, but in Killzone 2 there was a map with the train, and the train was moving, you were on top of the train, and every now and again some like things hanging down from the ceiling could take your head off. You're standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, or I think like gaps in the train can open up, you fall through them if you try and jump through or whatever. It was just a sort of, it was a really cool map. And there was another one where they had a nuclear bomb go off at a certain point. If you weren't in this one specific like bunker, everyone died outside of this bunker. On Uncharted 2, they had buildings, whole buildings that got bombed and fell down. If you were on top of them, you died. There was also another train one, so that's an interesting take on it. There was another train one there, and that one was pretty fucking awesome. That might have been Uncharted 3, if I remember correctly. I'm not too sure. But, yeah, things like that I think are possibly the future of multiplayer gaming. I think they're going to implement those a lot more in the future, and I'm very interested to see what it is they would actually do with that. Our next comment here comes from Vietnam G. He says, Levolution is a gimmick and hyped as hell. It's not even that amazing. I was more amazed by how buildings went down in Bad Company 2 than Battlefield 4's destruction. I remember back in the day, even with Bad Company 1, foraying into destruction and buildings and the rest of it, you could take down whole walls and do all that sort of stuff. That was amazing at that point. Then in Bad Company 2, they introduced the ability to take down whole buildings, and that was even more amazing. And I feel that the destruction of just normal buildings around the map, I think have reached its peak in Bad Company 2. Battlefield 3 took a bit of a step back. And in Battlefield 4, I think it's actually improved quite a bit with the maps that actually have little sort of detached buildings. They fall down quite often. Quite a lot of those can actually get blown up completely. But in maps like the one that I'm playing on just here, which is Flood Zone, you can't destroy anything except for little shacks and stuff like that. You can't actually blow up any whole buildings because they're all attached, and that would make no sense. It would kind of break the map slightly. But I do feel that in the future they are going to again improve all the destruction in even bigger buildings, because I feel that the way that I feel one of the things that's actually holding back improving destruction is the fact that they've been making these games on the older consoles, which hardware doesn't really support the game as it is, never mind when they add more to it. I mean, they do support the game as it is, I didn't word that correctly there, but not as, it doesn't run as smoothly. Yeah, I feel that they are slightly holding them back a little bit. I feel that once we move into the next gen of consoles and everyone's up to speed on how to, you know, every game can run just as well on any platform, then I feel that they're really going to improve drastically the different destruction abilities in the game, like taking down full buildings and all that sort of stuff, and even possibly some more dynamic events. But I want you guys to leave your comments down below on any of the things that we discussed in today's video. I do feel that some interesting comments were left on the last video, and a good discussion was on the go. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button down below. Like I mentioned in the past, we're trying to go for a best month ever this month, and you guys help out massively by leaving likes on the video. But yep, I will see you guys next time. I hope you have enjoyed. Goodbye.